Has the price of ICP got you feeling a little down? You feel a little sadder today than you did yesterday, and definitely from when you did 3 months ago when ICP hit $20. Do you find yourself endlessly watching Jerry Banfield videos, going to yourself, Jerry, what's going on? Jerry, you said it's going to 100 and 200 and 500. Do you find those moments? Do you find yourself in these moments thinking to yourself, why did I buy ICP? What am I doing? Why are Jerry's videos not helping? Well, we can dissect all this. We can give you the price predictions and what is going on. Jerry's videos never helped, actually. He thinks they helped, but his videos are, I mean, if I was ICP, I would make him stop doing these videos because tearing down other communities saying their tokens are going to zero while talking about ICP and all of them and what makes ICP so great, while ignoring actually some of the things that make the other ones so great, is absolutely horrific and it's not good. It's actually very negative. I did watch a couple of them, the Solana one, because I do believe I don't like Solana, but Solana is not going to zero. ETH, I couldn't watch it because it was just terrible. His take on it was horrible. Solana, I think the Solana is actually going to do well. I think Solana is probably going to pump really hard, but we're going to go through the cycles of what is happening out here, through the cycles of what people have missed and why ICP is doing what it's doing. First of all, let's look over here. It's up 189%, 86%, sorry, since the bottom. And then it hit about $20. Yeah, let's about $20. So let's say, what are we down from $20? Let's do the math. Okay, so we're down about 59%. That's a lot. This is pretty low. Frankly, I've been in crypto for quite a while. I'll tell you something. I didn't buy this dip. I did buy higher, and I've bought lower. I bought as low as $3, by the way, and I bought as high as $15. So I want to add to my bag. Now, you're like, Dow King, how come you haven't added more? Well, I'm getting ready to add more. I actually like lower prices in this part of the bull run because you don't have to wait as long. See, you guys don't understand how the game is played. You get too reactionary. If you don't have the stomach for it, go buy the S&P. What are you doing in crypto? You fucking crybabies. You fucking little crybabies. Go buy the S&P. If you can't take an 80, 90% loss in crypto and all you're doing is in Discord and Twitter and bitching and whining and blah, 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 go fucking buy the S&P. Go buy baseball cards. Go trade fucking used cars. What's fucking wrong with you? It's not for you. Get the fuck out. It just isn't. This is what crypto has always been, will always be. And I'm sure some of you are hitting up Jerry because he talks about it. Oh, you little whiny bitches. You are. You're a bunch of whiny fucking bitches. So what if it went to 20 and it fell and you didn't sell? I wasn't going to sell at 20 anyways. It was too cheap. These are buying opportunities. These are opportunities. And I don't put all my cash into anything. A lot of you listened to Jerry when he said he sold his Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, and he bought ICP. I put a video out and said, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard. First of all, your number one bag should always be Ethereum and Bitcoin. Don't anyone talk to listen to those people. First of all, the top 3 bags of mine are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. Well, BNB, because BNB is also a very solid coin. So let's look at something, okay? You saw that ICP was down, I believe, 59%. Let's call it 60%, okay? How much has Bitcoin come down since the top? Okay, 11.8. Wow, that's pretty low, actually, right? And people are bitching about, go to yourself, well, what are they bitching about? And that's what I do. I go, what? Why are people bitching the Bitcoin's down? You got Peter Schiff and all these clowns out here. Oh, it's going to dump more. Let it dump more. It's a buying opportunity. I'll buy the ETF. It's great. Let it go down. These are buying opportunities. First of all, this is nothing's broken here. This is consolidating beautifully. This is beautiful consolidation. Longer this consolidates, the pop becomes harder, becomes higher also. If you look at Bitcoin's history, it has these wonderful consolidation moments and then boom. But these consolidation moments go on for a long time sometimes. They really do. And you want them to go on for a very long time. Unfortunately, a lot of you guys kind of don't understand this. And it's the same thing with Ethereum. And if you look at Ethereum, and the reason you want to own the downward pressure on them isn't as much. They're basically going to be going up over time, which is what's happened. And same thing with BNB, only down 18% from its high 12 days ago. 18% is fantastic. It's doing fantastic. And I've been actually have a nice way I'm earning more. I'm not going to say how because I'm leaving that for myself, baby. So I've actually earned about almost 2 BNB with very little risk this past, I'd say 30 days. So if you look at these tokens, these top tokens, that's what it is. They're a lot safer in general. Solana, which was a couple years ago, but it has range, which puts us at about 30% off and becomes more risky. As you go down from Bitcoin and Ethereum and BNB, the risks start to increase dramatically. Avalanche has gone down over 50% also. So if Avalanche has gone down over 50%, you're looking at some of these other coins, let's look at Polkadot, have gone down this much. What do you think ICP was going to do in history? And you guys, which and why? Oh yeah, this is gone 50% also. Polkadot's gone 50% from its high like less than 3 months ago. So this is what happens, guys. Bitcoin takes off, then Ethereum. Ethereum's coming with the ETF. It's almost guaranteed whenever it gets approved. It'll probably go to 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. We don't know. Wherever it goes, it goes. Now, that still doesn't mean it's top of the market. That's what happens. Then what happens is everyone misses out on the Bitcoin rally. Everyone who missed out on the Ethereum rally starts looking at the lower tokens. Start looking at BNB, Solana, and then they keep going down the list. That's what happens. And then you're into alt season. And then you go from alt season into shitcoin season because the alts start to pump and then the shitcoins start to pump. That's really it. It's really fucking simple. This time we got to pump a little bit earlier than last time because the meme coins took off so much. And actually some of the meme coins are actually holding up relatively well. And if you look at a lot of stuff out here, if you look at a lot of these tokens, and I've been looking at the tokens, a lot of stuff is down even more than 60% from, I mean, look at this, 65% on Aptos. I mean, it hit 18. Oh my goodness, it's a disaster. Aptos is almost back to its lows. Your lows almost back. I mean, it's an absolute fucking disaster. Granted, it's a shitcoin, but you know, there's a plays in these. It could have been a short play of these. I don't like to short this type of market because it's kind of a crazy market, but look at ARB. Everyone's talking so much about ARB and how great ARB has crazy bad tokenomics, terrible. And it just hit a low. Look at this. ARB is down 66.9% from all-time highs that just happened 5 months ago, guys. 5 months ago, on September 11th, 2023 was its all-time lows. Well, we're not too far from its all-time lows. Basically, if you would have bought it a year ago, Bitcoin has done a 3x. What has ARB done? It's gone up 6.3%. Sorry, Bitcoin's done a 4x. This is why you want to own Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're the most stable, easiest ways to generate wealth. Everything else is much more speculative. And if you think for one fucking second that ICP is going to be any different than any of these other shit coins out here, sorry, altcoins out here, you are mistaken. ICP was really cheap at $3. It was really cheap at $4 when I was buying it and $5 when I was buying it. Wasn't so cheap at $20. People started to dump. Now, you get to a point where the dumpage is probably over with. You got some support, but the support really isn't until this 4-5 line. Frankly, I don't give a fuck if it goes to 4-5. I'm going to back up the truck and buy another 5,000 because I was ready for this moment because eventually it will go back up. And we've seen something. This is not alt season yet. We've seen something on the next pump. Make sure to sell. That's it. If you don't sell, it's your fault. Stop coming back online and whining like a little bitch about anything. Don't do it. Stop doing it. Don't be a little whiner. So where do I think the price of all this is going since we put it in the video, the price predictions, because all you clowns care about is the price predictions. You know, price. Frankly, I don't care about the price of ICP right now. $20, I wasn't going to sell it, nor did I. It's too cheap. I should have. I could have made 6 figures on it, by the way, because I got in at 3 to 4. I think my average was 5. I actually bought some around 14 and 15 because I thought, I believe around here somewhere, I don't remember. Here, I was like, oh, it's going to rip again. And it didn't because the whole altcoin market started to deflate as it should have. I should have known. But sometimes even an OG like me, we get too emotional. Got emotional. Shouldn't have got emotional, but I did. It happens. And, you know, I try to stay disconnected from these things and unemotional, and I don't try to get too far into them so I can step back and see it from far out. But sometimes you think things are going to run. The AI narrative is going to play. The AI narrative for ICP will come into play. In fact, ICP is doing great. Their ecosystem is doing great, but I've always said in all my videos, they need one thing big time is adoption. Adoption takes time, but it is happening. Look at this. This is the BTC on chain key BTC on ICP. Look at it. It's been growing beautifully every day almost. It's slowly growing. You want to see this thing grow. It's now at an all-time high, 262. Let it keep getting into the thousands. Look at chain key Ethereum. Same thing. It's growing every day. These are new. Let there be some use cases for them. You know, ICP burned. It's not enough as far as I'm concerned. I think it's too low. I think the ICP Foundation needs to get more people to use the ICP to burn it. Maybe increase the prices of their fucking hosting. Maybe that'll help. You know, I think it's too low. In a year, they've only burned, looks like 60,000 ICP tokens. It's not enough. ICP Foundation, burn more. Need more adoption. I've always said. This is the key right here. We see the burns here increase. This thing's going to catch on fire. Hasn't happened yet, but it's happening. It's happening. You have the active node machines everywhere. The network is looking good. It's looking pretty. ICP transactions, it's going up. Look at this. Beautiful. You want to see this? That's in 3 months. What's a year? Beautiful. All beautiful. ICP identities. 2.5 million. Not enough. Not enough. Not enough. Because in 2021, it already had about 2 million. So it's taken them about 3 years, about a little bit less, to add 600,000. All right. So let's just be realistic. It is going up here. I do like this. I do like this. But again, it needs to become faster. How are we going to make this faster? Well, adoption is going to help. It looks like it's ranking or going up. But basically, if you liked ICP 3 months ago when it was at $20, it's even bigger and better today. So stop your crying, bitching, and whining, and stop watching Jerry Banfield, because he's losing his mind too. He thinks everything's going to zero but ICP, and that's just not the case. The whole ecosystem of cryptocurrency needs each other. We even need Chainlink, and we need Caspa and XRP. I never bought XRP and never will. But we need them all. They're all next foundation blocks to different things. And if you're in DeFi like I am, some of the losses were even greater. I have tokens that I bought months ago that are down 99%. 99%. That's just what it is. That's just where the market goes. I mean, when you look at any of these tokens, let's look at Kronos. Where was Kronos? Same thing, guys. It's down over about 50% also. 15 cents. Now it's down to 9 cents. Everything is down. Actually, some of the meme coins I was actually looking at have held relatively well. It's actually really interesting. Like, look at this. 3 months ago, all-time high dog. ICP in the same because ICP was down 59%. But which one would you rather own for the long term? I'm going to go with ICP personally. And the idea is this. You sell your dog with hat. You sell your altcoins, ICPs, and all these other stuff down the line. And you buy Bitcoin and you buy Ethereum. That's what the smart money does. And you just kind of leave it there. And then when it really gets frothy up there, they sell those for stables and they chill. And they wait for the whole market to crash. And as we've seen, that's what happened. I haven't bought anything. I had my positions. I'm chilling. I owned Injective. I'm sitting. I'm not buying any new Injective, even though the price is good. And Injective went all the way. You know, these are all top 50 coins. Very, very look at this, 61%. Everything is kind of falling the same amount, guys. You seeing the trend? You know, are you guys understanding what happened? It's not like ICP does not live on a fucking island. All right. Now, and if you were in DeFi like I am, these are some of the DeFi coins that I follow. Some of these were even worse. Look at this one. Node AI. I got in this at 20 cents. I sold it a little bit over $1. And then it went to $2 after I sold it, by the way, which was insane. Okay. This thing went to like, it went ballistic. It went to $2 and now it's down to 66 cents. Am I going to buy it again? No. Maybe I'll buy it a little bit lower, but you also have to have common sense. What does this company really have to be valued at? What are they valued at? 65 million? They were valued at over 100 million, and there's a buy and sell tax. I don't want to own this anymore. At 20 cents, I was willing to take the risk, not at 65 cents or $1. Literally, they had a website, and their website was worth like hundreds of millions of dollars. A little bit of common sense. They say their hosting is cheaper than, AWS and blah, blah, blah. I mean, a lot of places are cheaper than AWS. ICP is cheaper than AWS. The roadmap looks, I don't think the roadmap looks all that great. Launch enterprise nodes. Congratulations. Rent a GPU node. Okay. They're not getting to 7-figure revenue targets till phase 3. God knows when that comes. It could be 3 months or a year from now. Who knows? Blockchain nodes. Scale to earn phase 4. Global data center phase 4. Basically they're earning their money right now from the buy and sell tax. I believe there's like tokenomics. What is it? 4% buy, 4% sell. So you're losing 8%. I was one of the fortunate ones that made a lot of money when I bought it low. What is it? Node 8. I think it's just GPU is the token, right? So we can put in GPU to kind of see how these things work. And by the way, I converted this into, guess what? Ethereum. When it was like a 31 or 3,200. Guess what? My Ethereum went up since then. Think about it. I sold it around $1. I made a huge profit. I bought a bunch of Ethereum with it, and I let my Ethereum sit there, and it went even higher because I know we're going into a bull run, and the first alt that's going to go is Ethereum. So even paying a little bit over $3,000 for it is okay. I'd rather own that than stables right now. So this is the way you have to think. I didn't go buy ICP with it. I bought Ethereum with it. You guys following me? Listen, I sold it around, I think around here somewhere, and it went all the way to $2.50. But it's okay. It's okay, because I knew this was eventually going to happen over time, and it did. That's just facts. You got to understand how crypto works, all right? So waves of investments come through. Waves. The next wave is going to be Ethereum, because we know that the ETF is coming. And it might not be for a month. It might not be for 2 months. It might not be for 3 months. They're saying it's going to happen. But is it? Now, when we're looking at ICP, where is our price predictions for ICP? What are my plans for ICP? I happen to be right more than I am wrong on ICP. So this is my take on ICP. First of all, this chart looks fantastic. If you bought at $3 to $4 when I first started telling people, that's when I started buying. You would be up, as I am. And people in my Discord are up. So if you're not on my Discord, please join. Maybe you'll stop listening to Jerry fucking Banfield telling you to sell his BTC, and Ethereum's going to 0 and Solana's going to 0 and all that shit. Maybe we'll have some level-headed conversations. Now, this is the thing. When we look at this chart, this is not a bad chart. Most stocks haven't done this. Tesla hasn't done this. PayPal hasn't done this. Most companies haven't gone up. The only mistake I made was buying another 1,000 or 2,000 ICP at a higher price. I shouldn't have done it. I should have waited till now. And now I would have been a lot better off. But however, we all make mistakes. I was able to mitigate some of my mistakes because I'm an OG. I know how to do some things, but I mitigated some of my mistakes. But it's okay. My average price is still probably $6 or $7 at most. Maybe not even that, probably even less. But anyways, what am I going to do here? First of all, I want to see ICP lower. Yes, I said lower because I do believe in it long term. What they're doing is absolutely special. It's actually absolutely profound. Let them work. The bull run for alts hasn't really started. Hasn't. We got a little preview. Start stacking the alts you like when these dips happen. And it could dip a little bit more. Frankly, I'm waiting for it. I don't know where it goes, but I wouldn't be surprised. Hit 7, where is it? 780 something. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised we hit 7 or 6. And honestly, if we hit up 6, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to buy as much as I can. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. I'm going to load the fuck up. If we go below 6, I'm going to load up more. And you know what? I'm going to load up other shit more too. That's just the way it goes. These are the opportunities. And if you spent all your cash, you don't have anything left because you did some stupid shit. You bought something at $20 thinking it's going to keep going. That's your fault. Take some fucking responsibility that you're a fucking terrible trader and you should not try to trade this market, and you should just try to DCA. Now, that's just facts. How high are we? Its adoption is slow up. It's not the greatest in the world. It's not slow like some other networks. It's picking up. It's getting there. However, I still think we have some time for adoption. I say in the next 6 months, we should see some big waves of adoption take place in ICP. I say by the end of the year. I don't see how ICP by the end of the year is anywhere less than $30 to $40. That's what I'm waiting for. Will I sell some of mine by that time? Absolutely, I will, because there'll be another reset, because that's the way things go in crypto. That's the way things go everywhere. Crypto is a lot harder to measure intrinsic value of things unless it's Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's just a lot harder to measure. Because it's a lot harder to measure, because there's no company necessarily like Tesla or Toyota or earnings you can look at. It's harder to measure. In all metrics, is ICP looks overvalued. So it was no surprise it was going to dump. And frankly, I should have probably sold some at $20. But I thought the AI narrative would take it, the hype would take it, and it just didn't. That was a lesson that I put up here for next time when it runs to 30 and 40, and it will. And you know what? My gains when I buy this at 7 and 8 and 6, wherever this goes, will be absolutely fucking great. I've learned. I'm ready. I got my money ready. I know what to do. I have a game plan. What's your game plan? That's really the question. That's my game plan. Now, this thing's not going to rocket to 100, 200, 300 like everyone thinks it is, to be very honest with you. It's very rare that happens. Solana did happen on Solana. So everyone thinks we're going to have a Solana moment. The fact of the matter is we're not. Solana had a rare situation where this happened. And it was quite the rocket, actually. It was, if you look down here in the 20s, where a lot of people were saying ICP could do something, go from the 20s and bolt up to the 50s. And then look, it just kind of kept going, ran all the way to 100. I mean, what? It's kind of retracing back to those points. So it's okay. And that's the thing. When you start buying up here, you're just taking on a whole more risk. A lot of people are saying that Solana is going to 2,000 and 3,000 this bull cycle. It very well may, but I'm not willing to take that risk. And if it does go that high, the fact of the matter is, other altcoins are going to go higher too. And there's other altcoins I'd rather get in, to be very honest with you. And Solana hasn't fallen as much because it's being considered a top tier crypto right now. It's actually fallen about, what is that? We'll do the math correctly here. That's not bad. That's not bad. Actually, hold on. Did I do it wrong? 37. Hold on. There we are. 32%. Still falling 32%. That's not bad. It's better than 60% for ICP, but that's just the way it goes because there's more people getting in it. Might get its own ETF and it'll stabilize. Ethereum stabilize, Bitcoin stabilize, BNB is stabilized. That's it. Outside of those four, nothing is stable. It's wild west. Now, XRP might be somewhat stable, and Chainlink because they are bigger and they have more inflows. Let's take a look over here. But I don't buy XRP. I think it's terrible. I mean, even XRP, yeah, it fell a lot. It went to 80. It's almost, you would have been better off. Guess XRP has too much inflation. That's the problem. So does Avalanche, but it went up. So, it's hard to say, but XRP and, for example, Chainlink, in my opinion, both have way too much inflation, way too many tokens come out. And that's what kind of suppresses the price over time. So you got to know what you're getting into. ICP has some of that also. So you got to understand that on these big pumps, some of those tokens might also hit the market. That's why you're not going to have the straight shot to 100. You might have a nice movement to 30, 40, 50. But let me tell you something. Some of those people who are being opened up, who are being unlocked and invested on, even on ICP, might be selling into that. So you got to be aware of these things. And I'm not falling in love with anything. I'm here to make money. I don't really care that ICP technology is better than everyone else. I think it's a good, smart investment over other stuff. But as we've seen, meme coins are actually outperforming it and actually falling less. So what does that really mean at the end of the day? ICP needs to step up in a lot of places, mainly their adoption. If they want to become a top 5 cryptocurrency where it stabilizes and it has lower drops and higher highs, it's going to need adoption. That takes time. This might not happen in this bull run, my guys. Don't get too attached. It might not happen. It might take a while. Eight-year gang? Yeah, you might be here for 8 years. You might before adoption is fully there. And adoption hopefully comes. If it doesn't come, then you're completely fucked and you're just locked in some shit token. But those are risks you've taken. Don't take those risks when you don't need to. I think the best place to be right now is Ethereum and Bitcoin. This is the easy money. When the stock market went up last time, the place the easy money was made was where people invested in the NASDAQ, the S&P, and the Dow. And this is our NASDAQ, our S&P, and the Dow. That's how I look at BNB, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Maybe Solana gets added to that later on. That's what we're looking at. And BNB wasn't even on that list until recently because it's showing just such great resilience. And it's also run by the world's largest exchange, which helps. So there is some similarities to when you want to compare it to the S&P, the Dow, and the NASDAQ. There is some comparisons because it's run by such a large organization. Now, what are we going to do about it? Well, first, stop crying. Second, understand that the risks here are absolutely astronomical. And if ICP does run to 30, into 40, into 50, you better hell expect a 50% retracement at some point. It's not going to keep going. I think it's going to go there by the end of the year. We'll see. Let's see how this prediction works out. I'm actually excited for ICP. I think it's becoming undervalued again. And that's why these opportunities exist. When something falls like it has, it was only $20 3 months ago. Now it's $8. It's an opportunity. It's not a time for crybabies. It's a time for people who understand crypto and for real people, real men, real women who understand it to step in and make their money. Okay? If you're a little crybaby, you should sell your stack and get the fuck out. That's my message for the day. All right, guys, take care.